the temperature down a little. Stick with these fall temperatures. I don't want the winter temperatures coming in, though.
Yeah, because you know what's coming next, brother.
Yeah.
Sub-zero. You love it. You love the cold. That's all you know.
I really don't. I really don't.
It's a funny thing. Like people that live in the north and cold climates, it seems like a lot of people you never really get used to it or feel like it's cool, it's fine, no big deal. It's like no, it sucks.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but I'm gonna deal with it. I'm not gonna be a baby. Let's do this.
Let's do this. All right, been not scared by the weather. KJ to Michigan. Holy cow! This was like.
I didn't even realize Kellen Russell left. You had to inform me.
We certainly did a show where we talked at length about the Cornell staff, and I would imagine you were on that show. But if you weren't on the show, we talked about it. We've had lots of content about it on. And yeah, so Kellen left this summer early. I mean, it's been months. He's been there a considerable amount of time because remember that's when Donnie and Gwiz they went to Cornell. It was all around the time when Mike got the job. He got to work and put that staff together. But KJ to Michigan was something I didn't know was in the works, being considered. I mean, this was apparently sort of known before Worlds, which it's sort of almost surprising it didn't get out. But I think for Michigan, I think it's a really smart move. I think it's a great move, and I think one for a number of reasons. One, if you look at the best programs in the country, their staffs are deep with basically head coach material types of guys. You look at Penn State, they've got Casey and Cody who could all have their own programs. You look at Tom and Terry Brands at Iowa, two head coaches basically, and now with Michigan, they've got a loaded staff now. I mean, Josh Terrell is great, and now you bring in Kevin Jackson in. Not only do you bring in someone with his experience level and his wrestling knowledge, but also this guy has had his hands on all the great recruits for the last couple of years. I mean, he's been at those camps with the cadet guys. The cadet teams love him, and I don't think that's the reason you bring him in because he's. I mean, but it
ain't a bad reason.
It is not a bad reason. It's certainly not a deterrent. And you look at some of the commitments and that we have seen and will see in the future, even very, very soon. These coaches that get on these cadet world team staffs, it helps. It helps with recruiting. I mean, for obvious reasons. There's a reason.
It is kind of funny. More of them don't fight for it, right? Because you're right. That it's such a formative age, that 15 through 17, and then they're going on this really cool trip that's going to be highly memorable for them, and so then therefore who's ever with them is going to create a bond with that person. It's almost surprising more people don't do this.
Well, I think it is right. I think a lot of them do try. Maybe not all programs, but in general, you see those are coveted spots that the coaches are excited to get and sometimes don't. So that's KJ was on all the trips, obviously, because it was literally his job. But the other coaches that get to go, there's a big benefit there on the recruiting side. That's obvious, right? And so I think that makes a lot of sense. I think for KJ and USA, you start to think, okay, well, our age level success has been really strong. What does this mean for the future? But I'm not as concerned about that because I think we had the same conversation when Slay left. We're like, whoa, the cadet and juniors, this age level stuff, that was Slay's baby, and now what's going to happen when he's gone? And then they bring in KJ, and the trajectory continued, and we continued to do great, and had maybe even more success. And now I think it's a good job, and I think there's going to be no shortage of candidates that are going to want that position. And the bottom line is, you can only do, I think, so bad in that job because.
What do you mean by that?
Because you are always going to be supplied incredible talent.
The best kids.
Because all the best kids want to be on these teams. It's like some of the best kids want to win this tournament in wrestling, and some of the kids want to win this tournament in wrestling. but they all want to win that cadet world team spot. They all want to be on junior world teams. That is just like
a select few don't like wrestling freestyle.
Those are just absolute outliers.
It's diminishing.
I mean, who's the last great recruit that didn't ever try to make an age level world team? Like a top 10.
There's probably a couple, but it's really small. It's
super small. That didn't try. Maybe they didn't make a team, but never went to Akron. Never tried to. It's fewer and farther between now, and it's only going to get more so. So my point is, those kids, the Bo Bassett's and whatnot, are going to continue to want to make cadet world teams. So that means you get to coach Bo Bassett. That is an advantage. So therefore, your team's going to be pretty good.
Maybe my understanding is, but the cadet director and stuff and junior, or what do they call it, developmental coach. I mean, essentially these kids, right? Keegan O'Toole, for example, a guy who's been on my team, they're here, when they're in high school, obviously in Wisconsin, 11 and a half months a year or whatever training, and then they go for a couple of training camps at the cadet or junior level or whatever it is. Maybe there's a fall thing or a winter thing that they do. But wasn't Kevin Jackson's job, if I may have understood this wrong, was to get guys to come live there in the EAP, correct?
Well, that was an element, but that program was basically shut down with COVID. They weren't even able to do that. But
that was kind of why I was wondering if maybe that's why he was leaving, is they didn't, he wasn't able to really do his job as much anymore. Because I thought that was the majority of his job, was to do the EAP thing.
Well, if that's the majority of his job, I don't know. But this is
besides that, it's just a couple camps, right? I mean, what else do cadet junior level?
Way.
Well, I'm saying for cadet and junior level athletes, what else do they do with USA Wrestling?
It adds up pretty quick when you go on literally every trip to cadet, juniors, U23.
I'm not
seniors.
talking about. But so his job wasn't to work with the young kids; it was to work with everybody.
What do you mean by young kids and everybody?
Well, you said, I was thinking cadets and juniors, and you said cadets, juniors, U23, seniors.
Well, yeah, he's at all those.
Yeah,
he goes to every thing. I'm sure he's at every single camp. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty. That's a lot, and then on top of the EAP, which they didn't get to have that. Hopefully, that'll be back soon.
Yeah. Shane Griffith didn't do freestyle growing up.
Okay. There's one.
Someone texted me.
There's one guy.
I got you.
He never went to Akron? I think that's right.
Yeah, but you're right. There's not very many.
Yeah. And we'll see if he pans out. I love the bin filtration, humor filtration system. It's like the water purifier. It takes a little bit, but you get it.
Then it goes. Yeah.
With Michigan, they also have Coach Bolyard, who is a literal head coach as well at Eastern Michigan. A good head coach, of a program that shouldn't have been dropped. So, Coach. So the obvious questions. I mean, there's a lot, right? Okay. Question one: Who puts in for Coach Jackson's job at USA? Who would want that?
So what exactly is his job? Because we've been talking about this, and I don't think we've come to an understanding. Because I thought it was the EAP portion.
You thought that was the entirety of his job?
Not the entirety. So I thought, obviously, because he was with the EAP, he also then did the age level world teams and stuff. But I thought I did. Yes, I did. I was under the impression that EAP was the majority of his job.
Well, my understanding. I mean, before the EAP existed, Coach Slay had basically that position, right? And there was no EAP at that point. So I think it's a I don't know. I mean, he's a developmental coach, right? So
sure.
Development camps. Trips, etc. Can we progress?
Okay, who's gonna apply?
Yeah, I don't know.
I have an answer.
Okay.
Metcalf.
Oh.
No.
No way. He'd take a pay cut in half.
No, it's a joke because he was there, said he was going to go there and then ended up going to Iowa State.
I don't know if he ever actually went.
I don't think he did. I think it was something like he was going to go in the spring of
whatever summer that was.
2017.
Yeah.
And then in the meantime got hired at Iowa State.
Yeah, cross Metcalf off. He's gonna hang in. Ames.
Who else?
I don't know. Who's like a really good assist? I don't know. There's a lot of options. Someone young, maybe.
Yeah. I think it could be kind of funny is I'm a fan of working and wrestling or competing. Like, what if you hired Jayden to do it? So he trained at the LB Training Center and then he did the job on the side or something.
No, Jayden's leaving the OTC in my opinion.
Oh, with Kevin. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that. I don't know. I think Jayden. If I had to guess, I think Jayden's going to the NJRTC, which he's already been affiliated with.
Full time?
But he's gonna go. Yeah.
Full time.
Jayden did take kind of a role in the AAP though. I know.
Oh, I'm sure
while he was there and helped out with those kids a lot and enjoyed it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So but no, I want Jayden. No, you don't want that, Ben. You want Jayden to just train. You don't want him coaching, right?
Well, obviously you let someone else do the all of the paperwork and that type of stuff, and then you get Jayden in there, run a couple practices here and there, and then you're good to go.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm assuming if you actually got the AP to kick back up again, you could probably put them in with the senior level athletes a decent portion of the time, say maybe 3 days a week or whatever, and then 2 days a week they do their own practices or something to that effect.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that would be obviously there's a lot of people clamoring for Jayden's talents and would want to have them around their program. I think the NJRTC obviously makes sense because of the previous affiliation, but I think Cliff Keen makes a lot of sense too when you consider not just outside of the KJ factor. Cliff Keen makes sense just with the number of partners he'd have access to, comparatively speaking. That would make sense as well. I'm sure he'll still be working with Kevin in some capacity, but I would have to guess that he'll commit to the NJRTC.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
Okay.
I'm ready for this duel thing.
Okay.
I'm
JD,
excited.
you've been typing this entire
night.
show so far. Do you want to key this up?
Sure. So this started from Samuel Kelly. He emailed us in and he wanted us to rank the past 10 national championship teams in our order. So, but instead of just going, this team's number 1, 2, 3, 4, we thought we should actually duel it out in a bracket format. And he kind of followed up with how many teams, or where would 2018 Ohio State finish? Because if you don't remember, that was like
They're really good.
Yeah, they were really good. That team was NATO, Fletcher, McKenna, Keyshawn Hayes, Micah Jordan, Tayshawn Campbell, Bo Jordan, Myles Martin, Colin Moore, and Kyle Snyder.
Stupid.
Yeah. Yes.
Just when you read their placings, I mean, you almost forget how good they were. It was 3rd, 4th, 3rd, round of 12, 6th, round of 16, 5th, 2nd, 4th, 1st, and they didn't win.
Did not win.
What?
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
So we made a bracket, and we seeded them based on points they scored at NCAAs, and that team got the 5th seed.
Yeah. So we sort of seeded it simply based on NCAA point total, which is not perfect, right?
Second? Wait. No, someone else must be second. Sorry, you keep going. 2021, Penn State is second.
And Iowa got the last seed because the 2020 Iowa team got the last seed, obviously because they didn't get the chance to score points.
Wait, so hold on. I'm confused why 2021 Penn State. So they would obviously be a runner-up, but they would not have had the second most
points. Where's 2021 Iowa?
2020 Iowa is number 12.
No, 2021 Penn State is I see. You got the seeds all.
This bracket is typed wrong. It's supposed to say 2021 Iowa.
Oh, okay. Well, that will help.
That
makes a lot more sense now. Okay, so why don't we keep it moving? Keep it moving. What are we doing first here? We're gonna try to figure out the best team out of these 12 teams.
Yes,
we're gonna duel them up.
Dual meet format, because that's the best way to figure out the best team.
Oh boy.
Hey, listen, I didn't set it up. JD set it up. JD knows the deal, Christian.
This was actually CP's idea.
Oh! Actually, your idea, CP. So you mean a duel is the best way to
from an entertainment. This is about entertainment. That's why I've said duels are very entertaining. This will be an entertaining way to come up with an answer. So let's get it going. What's first?
Okay.
We got 2016 Penn State. We're just going to start at the top, basically. 2016 Penn State.
Are we going to put the rosters up there?
It was 2014 Penn State.
Is there a sheet we can look at all this stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, Tyler's going to pull it up.
I start reading the lineups to the people.
2016 Penn State. Nico, Jordan Conaway, Jimmy Gulabon, Zane Rutherford, Jason Nolf, Gino Morelli, Bo Nickel, Matt McCutcheon, Morgan McIntosh, Nick Nevels.
It's almost kind of silly because we're going to have so many Penn State. How many Penn State versus Penn State matches we're going to have? One, at least two, at least three, four, probably at least five, but maybe up to 7 Penn State versus Penn State matchups.
That's what happens when Penn State wins.
8 of 9.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
And then 2014 Penn State is Nico, Jimmy Gulabon, Zane Rutherford, James English, Dylan Alton, David Taylor, Matt Brown, Ed Ruth, Morgan McIntosh, and John Gingrich.
Okay. All right. Let's
put these side by side.
Yeah, all the rosters are in that too.
Yeah, look on VMix. He's got them both up right now.
Okay. So first up,
Nico versus Nico. You got to take the higher placing Nico.
Well, I don't know. Okay.
Well, you take the older Nico, which was also the higher placing Nico.
Yes, by decision.
2016, he won, right?
No, 2016 took second.
Wait,
you have.
That's not right.
Hold on. 2016, you have Toost.
He freaking won in 2016. That's where he beat Gilman.
It says Toost. It says T2ST. So I'm very confused.
He won. That's where he beat Gilman. Not
Toost.
So 2016 Nico would beat 2014 Nico.
All right, 2016 Jordan Conaway beats 2014 Jimmy Gilbon 6-0.
I don't know.
6 versus the national qualifier. Bank on it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Zane at 5th place over Jimmy Gilbon at round of 16. You go Zane, obviously.
Yeah.
For 3, because that's his freshman year.
Yep.
2016 Zane over 2014 James English. You probably go major. What do you say?
Oh, that's a pinfall.
Okay, we're going pinfall.
That is 6.
We're up 12-3.
It could be 10.
Nolf over Dylan Alton. How much?
Round of 16. That was a good Dylan.
Well, Alton headlocks him.
That was Andrew.
Oh, damn.
Dylan had a little more of a conventional style.
I'm going to go major by Nolf.
This is a major for Nolf.
Okay, so we are at 12, 16-3. David Taylor, Gino Morelli. Pinfall?
This is 4 or 5.
Let's go 5.
I think it's 5.
Okay, 16-8. Nickel versus Matt Brown. Not the national champ, Matt Brown. He took 5th this year. Nickel decision?
I think decision's fair.
16-8. So that would be 19-8.
Matt Brown is actually a legend in my book because he would warm up in a singlet. That makes him like my favorite wrestler of all time.
Just a singlet?
Yes.
There's very few people who actually do that. It is kind of like you start getting cold if you're just, if you're not really going hard in your singlet.
You'll see it. You need to go to more tournaments in the Shenandoah Valley. You'll see plenty of it, man.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
All
right, we're at 19-8 with the nickel win. Ed Ruth first over Matt McCutcheon, national qualifier. What are you going, major?
McCutcheon doesn't give it up easy, but 2016 McCutcheon, this is a major.
Major. All right,
he majored freaking Hamlin in the finals. He's going to major Matt McCutcheon.
19-12. Older in 2nd place McIntosh over younger in 7th place McIntosh by decision.
Yes, indeed.
So 21-12, and then Nick Nevels, who didn't qualify for nationals, I forgot about that, versus John Gingrich. Who do you want here?
Well, Gingrich beat Adam Kuhn that year, so
it's a good feather in your cap.
That's a feather. Um,
All right, so we'll go 21-15. I mean, the duel's out of reach, so it doesn't really matter.
Out of reach. I still think Neville's is probably better, but we can give it to Gingrich.
21-15, 2016 Penn State.
Okay.
Boom.
That's a pretty good team.
So now you got 2016 versus 2017. That's going to be super awkward because you're going to have a lot of people wrestling themselves, doing double duty in the duel.
Well,
Dayton style.
Yeah, Dayton fix. Okay.
This is gonna break some arguments up right here. This is a banger.
This is a banger. We need to keep separate scores here and figure it out, and we may have to do like a.
I'm gonna get my pen and paper here.
He's gonna share this sheet.
I did,
and then we're gonna be able to keep track in there, Ben.
Wait, a Google sheet.
Mm-hmm. Just open your.
Well, I'm on the doc, but is there a sheet also? Because I don't see that.
I sent it to you.
We
started this.
Oh, got it. Oh, okay. I gotta go back to my email.
All right.
I got it. All right, duels. All right.
My gosh, we're starting with a.
You don't like my trusty pen and paper or what?
Well, I think this will just make it easier for you.
Okay, if we have an easy one though, like the last one, we could just do it like we did it there.
This won't be an easy one.
Okay, this will not be an easy one.
All right, next. All right, we're starting with a solid match. How did
2020? I'm appealing. Can I appeal already? 2020 Iowa gets the 12 seed. I don't know about this one, JD.
Well, we did it strictly based off of.
I don't know about this one.
Points scored, or else we're like literally going through and saying this team is better, this team is better, this team is better, this team is better, and it like kind of defeats the purpose.
MFing 2015 Ohio State only scored 94 points.
Yeah.
94.
Here's my.
What? Are you?
Yeah, I don't. Iowa should not have to wrestle this Ohio State team in the first round, in my opinion. These are too good. This is like I don't know, maybe third and fourth. I don't know, second and third best teams there. It's up there.
It's pretty high. Yeah, because the other thing you got to think about the 2018 Ohio State team is if you take the very elite 2018 Penn State team out, they'd probably score a whole bunch more points.
No question. Not that I think that's necessary. Like this 2020 Iowa team would
they're good
destroy 2011 Penn State.
And 2018 Ohio State whoops up on 2015 Ohio State.
Yeah, can we amend the bracket or is it too late? Has the die been cast, JD?
Well, hold on. What if we just did this? I got an idea.
Okay.
Oh. I was gonna flip the Ohio States, but we can't do that. What if we flipped 2020 Iowa with 2013 Penn State? Then we don't have Penn State wrestling first round, and that's positive. And then 2020 Penn State Iowa probably beats 2011 Penn State, so we don't have Penn State wrestling. Because if we have 2011, 2012, and 2013 Penn State all in the same little thing, it's going to be annoying because they're all going to be wrestling themselves.
Let's do it. Let's make the switch.
Amending the bracket.
Cool. So it's going to be 2018 Ohio State versus 2013 Penn State.
Correct.
Okay.
And then we'll do 2020 Iowa versus 2011. Yes.
Cool.
All right.
So
we flip it. Is someone else flipping in the dock here?
Yeah, he's JD is on it.
What a technical wizard. That guy probably mines some Bitcoin on the side or something.
Always.
Is that the case?
I mean, if he's that smart, if he's that technical wizard, I think it's the case.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good duel right here, boy.
All right. So starting off, Nathan Tomasello versus Nico Megaludis. Okay. If you remember, NATO kind of owned this rivalry.
Yes.
This was NATO.
This is so funny because there's this dual match right here is it's 2018 versus 2013. It's so far apart.
But they wrestled each other multiple. And yeah,
I know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Wild though.
You're right. You're exactly right. So I feel strongly this is a NATO decision.
Okay, but then this was the year that Nico, I don't want to say snuck into the finals, but he was the 10 seed this year.
Yes. Right? No, that was 12. I'm pretty sure.
Because he redshirted one of the years.
Yeah, he redshirted after 14, I think. Yeah. Yes, he did the Penn State punt year. 15. So, yeah, 2012, he made the finals. That was sneaky. He snuck there.
Yeah.
2013, he was kind of a clear finalist contender guy throughout the year. And McDonough beat him.
Yes.
So.
I'll go NATO.
NATO 3.
Same.
Fletcher versus Jordan Conaway. I think this was a really tough Luke Fletcher. He had some nice wins this year. He almost beat Desanto, if I'm right. Or did he beat Desanto this year?
Well, we can look it up.
We can. I'm pretty sure this is Luke over Jordan Conaway. Either way.
Fletcher was good this year. Dang it, what do I gotta do on Russell? Someone help me on WrestleStat. I'm typing in
Just
Fletcher.
Google.
And nothing comes up.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not how WrestleStat works. It doesn't
Dude,
make sense.
Why does
just
it have
Google. If you just
search
Google
feature?
Luke Fletcher WrestleStat, the profile pops up. If you try to find it in the site,
He
it's
did
more
not beat
complicated.
Desanto this year.
Okay.
All right, I got Luke Fletcher. He was 30-4 that year. Yeah, he was very good that year.
He beat Cade, Scott Parker.
Yes.
He's good. Mitch McKee.
I'm going Luke Fletcher 3 points.
All right.
He
So
lost
6-0.
to Stevan Micic.
And Joey McKenna versus Brian Pearsall. This is a good matchup so far for Ohio State. I think this is probably Pearsall was. I thought one of these years he didn't qualify, but or like he was like a bubble guy.
Yeah.
This
is McKenna by 3 for sure.
For sure, I think it's 4. I think Joey probably gets.
I'm going 3. McKenna wasn't a huge bonus point guy.
Okay.
I'll say 4.
I'll say 4. That makes it a major. Micah Jordan versus Dylan Alton. This is a crazy close match. I actually think.
What year Micah is this?
This is the year. I think it's the only year he wrestled 157. He made the semis and lost to Nolf bad.
Okay.
And then he triple dipped.
Wait, so hold on. Then we skipped Keyshawn.
You skipped 49.
Micah.
Oh yeah, whoops, sorry.
Yeah.
I skipped 49.
Keyshawn versus Andrew Alton. This is a very interesting one because obviously Keyshawn was good. Andrew Alton's like his ups were much better than Keyshawn's.
I'm going Alton,
but his downs.
I'm
were
going
a lot
Alton
worse.
all the way up. Pin.
Whoever's up after the first period is probably gonna win because this is like 2 questionable tanks. I saw both these guys get super
Alton's
tie-tie.
was worse than Keyshawn's, I think.
Alton's was. Is there a medical condition level? Like, what is happening? The Grohalis thing is just so. That was just one of the.
That's
insane.
Like top 5 NCAA match.
It was a disaster, but it was also great. I'll say Alton. He just comes out crazy.
I said Alton pin.
Dang. Hey, listen to Micah Jordan's. Hold
on. Are we passing 49?
Sorry, okay. No, I'm not. I got excited about Micah Jordan. I'm going. Oh man, I wish I could get Andrew Alton's year that year. I'll go Andrew Alton by decision. You went pin for real?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, come on.
It's a duel. Something crazy is gonna happen.
All right, something crazy. Fair enough.
I don't know. This year, Andrew Alton. Let me see. Oh, they don't have it in there. Dang it. I don't know. I got Keyshawn. Yeah, Keyshawn was good this year. I think he gets the decision. The best Andrew Alton was his first year. True freshman.
Yes.
And then injuries.
Listen to Micah Jordan. Let me tell you about Micah Jordan here for a second.
Talk to me.
When you look back now, sometimes you look back on losses or who they wrestled, and you're like, wow, they weren't as bad as I remember. So we remember this year being pretty bad for Micah Jordan. But here's who he lost to. Alec Pantaleo, Michael Kemerer, Alec Pantaleo, Hayden Hindley, Jason Nolf, Alec Pantaleo, Tyler Berger.
None of those are bad losses.
Yeah, I actually thought Micah was
actually
good
not
this year.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why you. He's pretty freaking good. I don't know how this match goes.
Dylan Alton, for sure.
Man, Dylan was good this year. I think his draw was weird or something. Let me look at it.
Because Dylan took third I think maybe the year before this, Dylan took third.
2012, he took third.
Yeah.
I'm
going Micah by decision.
What do you think, JD? Michael Dean.
Yeah, Micah by decision.
All right, I've got the Alton bracket here. I want to see He lost to Green on the backside, so he made the quarters. Dude, no, this is Alton.
No,
in my opinion.
Who else did he lose to? Tell us the bracket.
So he lost to Jason Welch, the 1 seed. He was up with like very little time. He basically had it won, and Welch went crazy and got the win super, super late. It looked like Dylan was going to make it, and if he had done that, if Dylan had won that, he would have had David Bonet in the semis. Who was
how did Bonet get in the semis?
Because the bracket fell apart because Bradley beat James Green in round 1. So unseeded Bradley beat James Green, which was that's a kind of a match, Bradley Green round 1, that makes me glad that we seed all 33. Because Kyle Bradley should not be wrestling James Green in the first round. And then he beat him.
That's a Missouri guy. I totally forgot about that.
He was dog tough. So then Bonet beat Bradley, and then Jed Moore had beat that bracket completely fell apart. So Alton beats Welch, and he's very likely in the finals that year.
Fleming with the snapper.
He got snapped by Jed Moore, UVA. So I've got Alton here. I think Alton was very good this year in a very tough 157, which had
Joey
Derek St.
Napoli
John.
was third. I totally forgot. I hadn't thought about that name in a while.
Yes. So I've got Alton's only lost were to 1 seed and the 4 seed at NCAAs this year, and he had. You go back and watch this match. I'm pretty sure it is or was on YouTube.
He got murdered by Green though, 14-4. It's not even competitive.
He was sad.
Oh my god.
That's the classic drop down. We've seen it. Tale as old as time.
But then Jed Moore decked James Green.
He was happy.
Oh my god. And then Deeringer murdered Jed Moore.
He's the man. I have explanations
Roger
for all
Pena
these.
murdered Jed Moore. 11-2.
Roger Pena was a freak on top.
Oh my god.
Very good top wrestler. He when he won, he sometimes ran it up on people. I can tell you how sad or happy people were, and that's why the matches happened the way they happened. I'm sorry to say.
I love these old brackets. I forgot about so many of these names.
Yes. So I had to look at it to remember the circumstances. But all that being said, I've got Alton. That Alton.
I'm
over
going Micah.
Over. Wrong.
Wrong.
Wrong. All right. So Tishan Campbell versus David Taylor. This will have slightly less deliberation.
Well, how many bonus?
Yes. This is all the bonus.
I'm only going tech fall.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to go a 13-point decision.
13.
That would be a major.
Nope, it's a decision. I've got a tech here for David. You guys realize he pinned his way to the NCAA finals and then got a tech in the NCAA finals one of these.
Yeah, I mean, there's a decent chance he's going to tech him. But I'm going 13 points. Somehow, this is a dual meet, so we know that there's Keyshawn, man, you can't give up the 5 or 6. You can't do it, bro. And so Keyshawn had that. He's
got
good
one
grip.
goal in mind. It's not to win. It's to not give up the tech of the pin.
No, you know what? I'm going fall here. Let me.
Keyshawn did get tired sometimes, so that's your possibility to fall.
Let me give you the David Taylor 2013 story.
But David Taylor NCAAs was always more effective than David Taylor in dual meets. He scored. He was like so clearly better at NCAAs. I don't know if it was a peaking thing or what it was, but I would venture to guess his bonus points at NCAAs were even higher than his in season.
Yeah, maybe.
Look that up statistically.
Well, his sophomore and junior year were insane. Here's how he went to the NCAA's finals in 2013. Fall first period, fall first period, fall first period, 24 seconds in fact. Fall second period to make the finals. And then he lost the most watched NCAA match ever. Kyle Dake beat him by 4. So
can't Tayshawn do it?
No. He pinned Peter Yates. He pinned so many people. He's pinning them.
Okay.
It's a pin sleigh for DT. This is like one of the most transcendent bonus scores ever.
That's why I picked him to get a tech fall.
Yes. But he's a good pinner too.
Yes,
all right.
he is.
Bo Jordan versus Matt Brown. Oh boy.
This one's actually pretty interesting, I think.
This is this a 1-point match.
Yes, 3-2, one way or the other.
I'm going Brown.
Well, I didn't realize Nino Bonacorsi had an older brother named Nick Bonacorsi. Did you realize that? That two Matt Brown beat in the second round.
Well, that's.
Oh my gosh, Christian! You know who else is in this bracket?
Ben is just finding random facts.
Yeah, who?
Slightly above. No, you're gonna love this one, guys. Just let me get my own world here. Guess who is slightly above Nino Bonacorsi's older brother Nick Bonacorsi?
Who?
Your man, LJ Helbig.
Let's go.
Yeah.
See, I knew you were gonna like that one. He got rolled up by Jordan Blanton first round. Let's see who he gets. He got roughed up. Oh no, he had a decent match with Yates. 6-2 loss on the backside.
Yeah. Go LJ.
Yeah.
Talking to him this morning. He's in here on his grind.
Yeah.
So this year, Matt Brown, he beat Todd Porter of Missouri, then Nick Bonacorsi, then he majored Tanner Weatherman, who's good, then a 3-2 over Storley, and then he lost in Perry to tiebreakers.
That set of Big Ten 174s was always so annoying how close they were.
Yes.
They were always super boring matches. Matt Brown, Storley, Evans, Kokish. I'm probably forgetting someone else in there. I'm going to go Matt Brown by decision.
So I think this Bo Jordan was not the best Bo Jordan, in my opinion. He was a little sadder and a little dadder. You know, he had the kids at this point. So I think the Matt is probably the difference here. Matt Brown really good on top. Yeah. Pretty good on top. I'm not trying to.
He's not David Taylor, Ed Ruth.
No, yes, he was good enough to ride someone that has issues underneath. So I'll say it's a decision for Matt. I think Bo gets a takedown, but escape takedown, ride out kind of thing for Matt, and he ends up winning it. Okay.
Boom. Put it in there.
What do we have the scores at?
I will read them right now. So we gotta add your 3 points in here. So I have the score 12-10 Ohio State. CP has the score 13-12 Ohio State, and JD has the score 14-13 Penn State.
Wow. He must think Penn State is Russia in this snenario for him to be so.
All right, Myles Martin versus Ed Ruth. So this is junior year at Ruth, who didn't lose at all, and Myles Martin, who was also very good, but he did get pinfalled by Bo Nickel in the finals.
He got Bo Nickeled. So
I'm going Ruth by decision. I mean, I think it's gonna be fairly controlled. It's gonna be like a 6-3, 7-3, something 5-2. In there.
Yeah, I think it's Ed here. As great as Myles was, it's honestly a compliment that Ed's not getting bonus on someone. I think.
I almost want to go bonus Ed, but
I don't think he would. I mean, even though he kind of on a whim majored someone in the NCAA finals,
it was like, he looked to Kale. Kale told him to get a major. So
hey, can you get 2 takedowns in 40 seconds so we can win NCAAs? And he's like, sure.
Myles moves better though. Myles moves really well.
Totally different matchup from Hamlin. But it's Ed. It's Ed by decision, I think, quite clearly. Okay.
All right. So we're going 97. This is senior year Quentin Wright.
Versus.
Correct?
Yes.
Versus what years? Junior year or sophomore year?
Sophomore year, Colin Moore. Is this the...
This is the year he got decked twice by... So, man, you're almost wanting to call for a pinfall because...
Oh, stop it.
Well, listen, he got decked by... I didn't even remember the dude's name right now.
Kyle Cannell.
Cannell, thank you.
And basically, you would pick everyone to pin Colin Moore if you applied that logic.
I mean, okay. Well, in all fairness, Christian, in all fairness, Quentin Wright has some pretty good upper body stuff.
That's the reason. Yes. Quentin's underhooks were ferocious. I think he does. It's an interesting match. And then here's the other thing. We're looking at the NCAA performance, which I think is probably a good way to look at it. But you look at the entirety of Colin's year, he was really good. He was the 1 seed.
Really good that year.
But he had a mock loss in there.
Quentin Wright had his downs too, not at NCAAs.
Not this year though, right? It was
No.
more the
he was
2 years.
he was an
previous.
undefeated
He was
NCAA
good.
champ this year.
Oh yeah, 2013.
I'm
gonna go by decision, although I could be argued into going by a pin.
Yeah. Quentin does some silly stuff sometimes and give up some points. I think this would actually, I would really love to see this match. I think Moore might be able to get a dump, and then Quentin's coming at him. But
I mean, I think Colin Moore's better than everyone in this bracket, except Kilgore. Kilgore was really good, and Quentin Wright took him out.
He picked him apart.
Yeah.
So, all right, decision for Q. Which does that make it? Does it come down to heavy?
I think I'm going decision Colin Moore.
Kind of coming down to heavyweight here. What?
I love it. I don't think it's crazy. Okay. It's a real match.
Definitely, I think I would definitely do it 2020 Colin Moore.
Mm-hmm.
2018, I'm a little hesitant, but I'm going to do it.
Okay, so in my scenario, Ohio State is losing by 4. CP, in your scenario, they're losing by 5, and in JD's, they're only losing by 1. So now the question comes down to how many points can Kyle Snyder put up on Jimmy Lawson?
I think somewhere in the neighborhood of 25.
But he couldn't tech fall Nick Neville's the 1 year.
He only needs a decision.
Nick Neville's, it's like you act like Nick Neville's is like.
Well, Jimmy Lawson was a national qualifier.
Yeah, I mean, I think he placed 1 year even.
Let's see how bad Jimmy Lawson got whooped up on this year. Jimmy Lawson lost to Jeremy Johnson first round.
Train.
Oh man, and then who did he lose to on the backside? Oh man, he came with a match. He lost the first round on the backside also.
To Ben Apland,
who wasn't very good.
Who
got pinned in 18 seconds by? He got pinned in 18 seconds by Helen Gagayev though.
Z did that. This is a tech fall for Kyle Snyder.
Oh, really?
I'll just go major.
Yeah.
Oh, if I go major, it makes it a tie, and it makes each team have 4 decisions and 1 major, which is a tie.
It's so weird that it would come down to Kyle Snyder with the win on the line for the team.
I'll go tech fall also, but then I didn't go tech fall David Taylor, so now I'm starting to feel guilty about that one. I did not calculate that.
You get David Taylor a major over to Shan Campbell.
I said 13 points. You remember this?
Yeah, that is a bad take.
Well, okay. Well,
CP,
if I bump him
you have it tied too at 18.
Tied.
I have it tied.
But CP is going to have Penn State winning because they have a pinfall. They both have 5 wins, and then they have a pin, and Ohio State has a major and a tech.
This is the weird thing.
Do I give David Taylor the tech fall or not?
Are we going to take back? It sounds like you want to do take back so that you can.
Well, now I feel guilty because Oh man,
you miss 100% of the takes you don't make. I think you just go for it.
All right, we'll leave it. We'll leave it as it is.
The jury's still out if David Taylor can score points on national qualifier level guys.
Oh, he scored. I had him having a 13-point win. I said Keyshawn Campbell. You don't remember Keyshawn Campbell had this really good grip, so he's going to slow it down a little bit earlier, get David Taylor's wrist, and he's only going to lose by 13.
That worked a lot.
That is your job. Keyshawn Campbell, listen, you won the duel for Ohio State right now because you kept it to a 13-point major. He won the duel for him.
Yeah, except, he did. But in your scenario, that's undeniable. I just, as a point of history for the kids, basically no one ever slowed this guy down ever.
That's not true. Who's the one dude from Iowa that only got majored a couple times? Does David Taylor ever wrestle stat?
Evans?
No, someone else. Hold on. David Taylor. There was someone else. Wrestle. Does he have a wrestle stat where we can go look at him?
No.
Not that far back.
No.
Oh no, it's on here. 2014. That was which year is this? That's his senior year. I want the earlier years. There was some Iowa dude.
St. John.
Nick Moore. He only beat Nick Moore by 9 points. What's up now?
Nick Moore is pretty good.
He only beat him by 9 points twice. Keyshawn Campbell and Nick Moore are their equivalent levels. Nick Moore's number 11.
Nick Moore beat Tyler Caldwell.
Okay, Nick Moore had one good win, but how many times did he All-American? Tell me that.
Well, do you count Fargo All-Americans, sir? Because he won.
Hey, I got an argument here because Nick Moore and Keyshawn Campbell are equivalent levels.
Okay. Thanks, Nick Moore. You held David Taylor to a decision. Therefore, all national qualifiers.
Major.
Not once, twice.
Oh, yeah. Major.
9-point major. So I gave him 13 points. So he even scored 4 more points. He got one more set of back points.
All right. So
The unfair thing is that we didn't have 4-point near falls in David Taylor's era or my era. We only had 3-point near falls.
Right, some of these teams have 4-point near falls. Some of them don't.
You old timers, you had it tough.
We'd earn it the hard way.
Yeah, uphill both ways.
And they only have to hold them for 4 seconds, not 5 seconds for the major.
My gosh.
Seriously.
Imagine. Did you have many techs? How many techs did you even have? How many guys could you turn and not pin?
They didn't make it that far. So
yeah,
I had a reasonable amount of tech falls. So let's see. What's it? Ben Askren College.
Can you just Google this?
I don't know. Let's see. Let's see.
Actually, if you look at the Missouri wrestling program, you can probably figure it out if they. But that would take way too much time. Can we move on to the next duel?
Oh, yes, who won?
You have Penn State. Ben and I have Ohio State.
Ohio State moves on.
Yep.
Nearly.
All right, next one. Man, that's crazy. You wouldn't think that team, on paper, that's why a tournament matters a lot more, because Ohio State would beat that team more soundly than in a tournament than in a duel, and they barely won the duel.
They even lost.
Yeah, they even lost, in my opinion. Okay, next up. Keep it going. This is fun.
2020 Iowa versus 2011 Penn State.
Ooh. Okay. Next, we got Pataky versus Spencer the Condenser. This is five
for me.
5, I think. Pataky's
You're not going
tough.
pinfall?
No, Pataky's going to try a cement mixer. I promise you. He's going to try one. It's not going to work. And I got 5.
Ben?
I got 6. I already called it.
Okay. Desanto versus Long. Oh my gosh, the bad boys.
I think I'm going Long.
Decision. Long. Hail Mary. Is this the first time they wrestled?
Oh wait. Oof. This is a tough one.
So I think Long mixes it up. And
mixes him?
No. Yeah. When I say a guy mixes it up, he's not going to try to play some positional game.
No, he's definitely not.
He's going to go.
Yes.
And that can go 2 different ways against DeSantis.
Yeah.
This year he beat Tony Ramos. He packed Scotty Sentes. I'm going Long. I'm going Long here. There's a good chance that he just dumps him and it's crazy and it's over. That's a hard one to prognosticate. That would be a fire match. Ben, who do you think?
That's fireworks.
I'm gonna go Austin Desanto. He gets an early deficit, and then he gasses him out in the third period because Andrew Long didn't always have the best shape. I think one time
he was. I feel always in pretty good shape.
His tank was great.
Listen, I will tell you this. Anthony Robles was losing 8-0. I think he scored 10 points. Or wait, was it the opposite way?
No, Andrew Long hacked Robles.
He beat Robles. And
no, Robles beat him. Which way was it? It was one of the. Oh man, maybe I'm remembering backwards. Robles definitely beat him one time for sure. Look it up.
Maybe not at NCAAs.
No, look it up. Andrew Long, Anthony Robles.
5-3 over Robles.
No, there's another one.
Okay, well you're trying to find the one. I mean, listen, Anthony Robles is you kind of throw him out. If he gets your wrist, you're not gassed.
I'm sticking with it. DeSanto's going to gas him out. Let's go DeSanto.
Andrew Long beat Ryan Mango, Anthony Robles, and Angel Escobedo to make the finals. Come on, dog.
That's not this year. The wrong year. That's the 125 year.
He was really good at 33 that year, too.
Well, he only did about half the season because, he got some issues going on.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's certainly
here we go. I was backwards. Hold on. So I was the right issue. Where was it? Oh, I just found it was clipped on Google, and then I clicked on the article, and now I'm losing it.
Wow.
Sorry. Give me
Technology
hold
ban.
on. I'm gonna get this. He came back from an 11-3 deficit at the start of the third period in a home duel to win 12-10.
over. He gassed out Robles.
This was Robles. Damn it! Why can't I read this freaking thing? What year was it?
All right, you keep
Sorry.
looking.
You guys keep going.
keep it moving.
So I click on the thing, and it's a big article. It's very confusing. Let's go.
All right, Ben's confused.
41, Murin versus Alton.
Alton was awesome this year. Very good, Andrew Alton. I can't believe this is gonna be a competitive duel. I kind of thought I would smoke him, but now I'm like, uh-oh.
Yes. No, Robles came back to beat him 12-10. I was right. Suck it, Trebek. He was losing 11-3 at the beginning of the start period and won 12-10. I thought so.
Sounds like he got the wrist.
Take that.
Did he gas him or did he get his wrist? I'm guessing.
We can never know. I just know I was correct. I called it. Boom. Let's go.
Well, you were correct in that he won with the comeback. You don't know that he gassed.
I'm guessing it was not a gas issue, seeing as how Long won the second time.
Yeah, you would think. But who knows?
Yeah. All right. Max Murin's going to get a really boring decision over
What?
Andrew Alton.
No.
I think
Really?
No, sir.
Jimmy Alton
Sir.
by decision.
Sir, resign. Do you remember Andrew Alton
did not All-American this year. He did All-American. Take it back. You take it back. I will not take it back.
Okay, Max. What did Max Murin place?
He didn't. It was
play 'cause they had
2020.
Corona.
Oh yeah. Can we revisit Max Murin's Big Ten tournament in 2020?
We don't want to do that.
Yeah, I do. I would love to. You compare that to what the season Alton had. Alton was fantastic that year. He lost to who's the guy from Penn? Crap, can't remember his name. He was good. Alton had destroyed him multiple times, and then he lost to him in the round of 12. He was right there with Montel and Kellen. He had a lot of really good wins that year. You are really just. I cannot more strongly urge you to pick Andrew in this, so that you don't.
Andrew Alton. Let's see.
He was fantastic
Boris.
this year.
Are you just going decision?
2-0.
It certainly could
And
be.
he lost to Kemerer from.
Kemerer. Yeah.
Yes. And Kemerer lost to Todd Shavrin 7-2. Todd's good. Then Todd lost to Montel. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my decision.
This is Ben. This is a Looney Tunes take.
I'm about to get my Iowa shirt on. What's up now?
Go ahead. I mean, listen.
Murin was pretty good this year. You take it back.
All right, let's look at that Big Ten tournament. I think he
went. Look at the rest of the year because this is a duel, so it's in season.
It's a duel, except you just look at. All right.
He lost to Mitch McKee and Chad Red at Big Tens.
Oh, I thought he did worse than that. I thought he had a weirder loss than that. Someone else had a weirder Big Ten, but still.
I'm back. I left. I have too many tabs open, and I typed WrestleStat on the wrong tab.
All right, welcome back. Okay, so I've got Alton there. Decision.
I do too.
James Dean, Jermichael Dean. All right.
Let me read you Max Murin. During the season, he only had one loss, and that was a Chad Red. He beat Mitch McKee. He beat Tristan Moran. Josh Heil. Oh man, okay. I take it back. Andrew Alton by decision. That's pretty. I remember this season a little better. Sorry, Max.
All right.
He was on Jacob Warner's shoulders.
Listen. This was true freshman Andrew Alton was the best one. I'd probably take Murin against all other Altons, but this Alton, Andrew, he was very good this year.
All right, Molinaro decision.
It was very surprising when he DNP'd, especially when he had Kemerer in the round of 12. You're like, oh, he's winning this. Okay.
All right.
Lugo versus Molinaro. Frank Molinaro.
Interesting, but I'm going Molinaro.
It
decision.
is interesting.
Wow.
It's okay.
I'm not.
Guys.
I'm not next topicing it, but
it sounds like a next topicing.
I'm just saying Frank Molinaro is my pick.
I mean,
allow me to
had a good season. Molinaro's winning this one, bro.
Lugo, Big Ten champion.
We forgot to bring up yesterday. I forget who was that mentioned in the chat that I forgot that Lugo actually beat Brandon Sorensen when he was at Edinburgh in their duel.
The duel at Edinburgh.
Ooh, that was shocking. I recall that. They had a cool mat, the plaid mat. That was badass.
Mm-hmm.
So Lugo was the 1 seed at NCAAs this year. This was the year that Molinaro faithfully chose down against Kyle Dake.
That was so dumb. I don't know what he was thinking.
Well, there weren't a lot of good options. People act like going neutral was just like some genius move.
It's just a better option. It's not a genius move, but it is absolutely a better choice.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got Frank here. I do, but I do think it's a decision win. I think the style matchups are somewhat similar. Tough guys, but Frank's high crotch, hand fighting. I think he can. I like Frank in this matchup because Lugo's best thing is his hand fighting, and I think Molinaro can hand fight with him, and then he's got some more tools on top of that. So I've got the G-Hulk, and then, man, is Penn State going to win this? This is like one of the...
Well, I'm going David Taylor Penn next round.
This is one of the quote-unquote worst Penn State teams, in the bracket.
Well, how many? You going 6? I'm going 4. I'm going... Caleb Young does Nick Moore style. We'll go 11-point major decision.
Another major. No. Going 57.
No. Don't make me bring up Nick Moore again.
Yeah, your answer to everything.
Caleb Young is better than Nick Moore. For sure. Not even close.
And you know how many guys are better than Nick Moore that David Taylor pinned?
Yeah, but that was David Taylor's senior year. This is David Taylor's freshman year.
He was ridiculous this year. He was killing almost everyone. Only like St. John. There were very few guys. I think he majored Fittery. Who was nuts.
All right, hurry up. Make your
5.
decision here, CP.
Tech 5.
Okay. Marinelli's beating Vollrath by 3.
No, I'll go major here for the bull.
Really? I'm going decision.
Is this the?
I think I'm going decision.
Yeah,
okay.
Decision. It's a better choice.
But it's like a 5-6 point decision.
Whoa, this one's crazy. Kemerer Ed
This
Ruth.
is a good one.
This is freshman year Ed Ruth, who
he's so good.
Got third, but he was really he's kind of like, is he the best guy? Really would have loved to see him versus John Reeder that year. He got like the first two.
It was weird because he didn't really get hurt because he wrestled back after that. So I always found that to be weird, right? Because he did injury default in the semis, but then he came back and wrestled 2 matches after that.
There's another thing where Cable's like, hey, you got to do this for the team. And he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So he got the first 2 takedowns, I think, on a Muchastegi, and then Muchastegi got on top and was just brutal there, really good, and then won.
There was a default win.
But then he came back. I mean, Ed beat Mac he beat Chris Heinrich, he beat a lot of really good guys this year. But then there's Kemerer. I'm going Kemerer here by decision.
Ruth won 4 matches in a row on the backside, so he couldn't have been that injured.
No.
Oh man, I'm going Ed Ruth by decision.
That's what I am doing as well.
I'm going Kim Dog Millionaire. Wow, Penn State's really going to win this duel, aren't they? Quentin Wright versus Abe Assad. This is the year Quentin Wright. I mean, this is probably why Ben's going to take Abe Assad here because he's going to find some random loss that Quentin Wright had. And
this year he did really bad at Big Ten.
Well, Quentin Wright was not good this year, guys.
He was like
he lost a lot of matches.
He was like the 10 seed at something at Big Tens and like the 12 at NCAAs, and he won them both. Let me look. 2011.
All right, I'm picking Quentin Wright by decision, but don't hate me. He lost a lot of matches this year. There would be a way he loses to Abe Assad, but I'm still picking Quentin Wright.
I think I'm doing the same. I just can't pull trigger on Abe Assad over Quentin Wright.
Yeah, it's a tough sentence to say. Let me find. I'm gonna go to 8. I'm gonna find his seed.
Quentin Wright.
He was the 8th seed at Big Tens, and he won. 8th seed at Big Tens. The 8th seed at Big Tens won NCAAs,
which means in duels leading up to that, he was not phenomenal.
He was not phenomenal at all.
Not phenomenal.
He lost to Gambrel that year. He got majored by Steinhaus, I'm pretty sure, that year. At some point, he got beat by Steinhaus pretty good.
All right, let's go. Pick Quentin Wright and be over it.
Q. Next topic. Warner. I think this is a
ladies man.
Ladies night. I got Warner over Ruggear.
By decision, right?
By decision.
Yeah, decision.
Big Tone
All right,
versus
so
Wade.
let's just wrap this up. I have JD as a Penn State, Iowa hater. He's got a 20. Oh, yeah, no.
We can do heavyweight.
21-11. Hold on, I was gonna read the team scores because this is dramatic.
Okay.
JD's got a 20-11 because he's an Iowa hater. I have it 16-15 Penn State. Christian has it 17-15 Penn State. So if Anthony Cassiope can get this W, then Iowa wins.
Shut it down. Big Tone brings it home.
Big Tone's winning.
Cam Wade. Listen. Now, let me remind you guys. Cam Wade was really good. This guy was good. Very good leg rider. Really tough on top. But I don't think he's holding down the Tone.
No, he's
I think
not.
Tony gets away, gets the win, and gives Iowa the win. Man, that was closer than I thought it was going to be.
I had Penn State winning.
You have Penn State winning. Okay, so Iowa skates by 2011 Penn State.
Yeah, 2020 Cassiope was really good. He was 20-3, and I want to say 2 of those losses were to Gable. Yeah, and the other one's Mason Paris. He was good.
Jeez. Yeah, that's solid. The junior world champion and Olympic champ.
Yes.
Not bad. Okay. Do we have one more to do here?
I think we got one more. I don't know how. We're definitely not going to get all the way through this today.
No, it's already 9:17.
No, we're just doing round one. Okay.
Oh, round one. Okay.
So the next match is what? Jamichael Dean.
2021 Iowa versus 2015 Ohio State.
Okay.
This is going to be a bloodbath.
I love a bloodbath.
But it starts off with a nice match.
Starts off with a nice match, but it went Spencer's way 2 out of 3. Yes.
Yeah,
This is also 2021.
This is 2021 Spencer.
Oh my God.
But is it no ACLs 2021
No.
Spencer?
No, we'll go during the year, Spencer.
He's got at least one, which I think is probably how many NATO probably had. He was often ACL injured, but I'll say this is a decision, even though Spencer did pinfall Nathan on one occasion.
I'll say decision for Spencer as well.
What say you?
I'll go Spencer decision.
This next one's sort of zany, because Johnny DeJulius,
Also had a great dump.
he has some bodies. He beat Cody Brewer. He beat Corey Clark. He beat Jimmy Gulabon. He beat a lot of dudes.
Hold on, I'm confused. You guys got 2015. You guys got Mike on the team, but he was redshirting.
Yeah,
I thought that didn't look right. I went back.
way.
He's definitely redshirting 2015.
Pretty sure
He's not the NCAA qualifier.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Did I mess someone up?
Uh-oh.
In NCAA wrestling. Yeah, it was Josh Demas, I bet.
Yeah, because his years he was second in 19, sixth in 18, fourth in 17, and round of 12 and 16. He did have a great redshirt year. If you want to let redshirts wrestle, I'm in.
I don't know if he's. Yeah, I don't think he's.
It's really crazy that he redshirted at 157 and then wrestled 141 the next year. That's freaking wild.
Yes. So 57 that year. I'm looking it up right now. I'm pretty sure it was Demas.
2015.
Yeah, it was Josh Demas.
Yeah. Josh Demas is good, so
He's solid.
give that a swaparooski. All right, so DeJulius versus Desanto. Oh.
I'm going DeSanto by decision.
Both guys just want to get your arms and never let go for all of time.
Yes. I mean, the one thing is Johnny was pretty good on top, so that would be the one path to victory over DeSanto.
He can get a build or something. Claw stuff he was good with. He's got his dump. He's going to want to come in and just grab that arm, try to dump. DeSanto's going to club him hard to try to free that arm and get the...
Yeah.
This is a coin flip match to me. I'm going to go DeSanto.
I don't think it's that much of a coin flip.
Man, I don't know.
I think DeSanto wins most of the time.
I don't know. This dude beat Corey Clark and Cody Brewer. I mean,
I'm going Desanto by decision.
Yeah. Okay. Next up,
Just
Logan.
lost my dude Daniel Chaser.
Yeah, I know. All right, what's next?
Stieber Fever.
Ironman versus Stieber.
Stieber's winning. This is 2015 Stieber.
This was, yeah. I mean,
although Jayden does have the one win over Logan Stieber at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, but this is 4 or 5, I think, for Logan.
Woo!
I mean,
I'm going 3. I'm going 3.
I'm just going 3.
Well, go for it.
Yeah, I know Jayden's tough, but we're talking about there's tough, and then there's one of the greatest to ever do it, and this is his style, you know.
I know. That's why, like, it was no question for me.
Well, I mean, it can't be questioned. I don't think you're disqualified if you pick anyone to beat Logan.
Yes, you are.
Let's see. This year, Ashnot held him to decision. Port held him to decision. Our Danes held him to a 1-point match. Lawrence held him to a decision.
Our Danes.
Okay.
But then the rest were
yeah,
Texan Pens, couple majors.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, who blows out Jayden ever? He has a sudden victory loss, a 6-5 loss to Yanni, 4-3, 3-1, 6-2 to McKenna, 7-2, 6-4. Has he ever been bonused in his life? 3-2 against Meredith.
So far, he answers no.
8-4 loss, 6-5 loss. These are all Jayden's losses. 2 points.
I don't think
he got pinned twice, back-to-back matches. He got pinned by Colby Smith in overtime and by George D. Camillo.
What? Was that like his true freshman year or something?
It was 2017.
I do not recall that.
It was not his true freshman year. He got majored by NATO. I remember that.
Huh.
12-5 Zane Richards loss and 11-4 to Javier Gasca loss. But now we're going way back in time. But the last 3 years, he has not been major, so I will go decision.
Yeah.
No, give me a major, please, if I may. Max Murin versus Randy Languis. I think I'm saying that right. I'll go Murin by decision here. Though I think his borders on a major.
He don't score very many bonus.
No, but he might in this one.
It's not in Carver.
Murin
by decision.
It's neutral site.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going Josh Demas with the wild upset.
It's not that wild, but yes, I'll take it. I mean, Josh Demas is a guy, he's kind of like DeJulius, where he beat a lot of really good dudes and just never put it all together at NCAAs.
Yes. He had some really good wins.
I just don't see how Caleb, I think Josh is not going to take the kind of a leg attack where Caleb can really run behind and re-attack.
Yeah.
So I'll go with Josh here. He gets like a duck or something really slick.
I think I'm going Caleb Young.
Okay. This is a weird one. This next one, Alex Marinelli versus Bo Jordan. So Marinelli is
always really good this year.
And Marinelli DNP'd.
Yeah.
But this is not NCAAs.
This is senior year of Bo Jordan, correct? No. This is he lost to Deeringer in the finals this year, I believe.
No. 2015. No. This is when they won. He got
lost
third.
To Deeringer.
He lost to Deeringer, but not in the finals.
Oh, he lost to Deeringer in the semis.
He pinned the Illinois guy for third.
Yes, Jackson.
And then Illinois was mad because they thought it was an illegal move.
He lost to Isaac Jordan. I remember, those Jordans could not escape from each other.
No.
At all.
So, who are you going to pick here?
This is a tough match.
St. Paris Graham versus St. Paris Graham. I'm going Big Brother effect.
Yes.
I'm going Bo over Bull.
I'm going Bull because it's a regular season match, and he's usually money in the regular season.
He basically has never lost those.
This one's in Carver, so I'm going Bull.
You're just changing locations. I love it. I love it.
You're going Bo?
Yeah. I'm going Bo. They just, a couple state champ camps. Bo Jordan put some beatdowns on him in the Graham room.
You might be right on that one, Christian.
That's my nonsensical rationale for that one. Michael Kemerer versus Mark Martin, not Myles.
My Kemerer by a major.
Yes, I'm with you. Although, since you love to cherry pick results,
had a close one against Kyle Dake. Kyle Dake had a lot of close ones. Put it on the board.
Okay. So you're saying it right now. Michael Kemerer is better than Kyle Dake.
Yes, that's obviously what I'm saying.
Okay, I think it's
Fours across the board.
Fours across the board. Nelson Brands versus Kenny Courts. Kenny Courts, the hero for Ohio State.
Was he All-American this year, but he was terrible during the year, right?
That's the past. This is now. I think Kenny. Man, this is funny. This is probably a classic. Kenny gets out early. Nelson Brands is running him down late. Can he do it? I'm gonna go. Kenny gets the dub here.
I am too.
Kenny with the dub.
But yeah, I see it playing out the same way.
Man, Gabe Dean. I forgot he had something. He had Gabe Dean went 9-8 over Tim Dudley, 3-2 over Sam Brooks, and tiebreaker 2 over Vic Avery.
Yeah, that was a crazy tournament, huh?
Holy crap! Jacob Casper was at 184.
Yep.
Wow.
And quit mentioning random results.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm looking at these old brackets, and I'm in heaven looking at these old brackets.
It is fun, isn't it? We did this like a year and a half ago. It was like the best. Jacob Ward, the ladies' man versus Captain America.
Captain America is going to beat the ladies' man.
I'm going major.
Major here? I'm going decision. This is true freshman Kyle Snyder. He wasn't just like, I mean, he lost to Nathan Burak this year.
It's a series he lost to Gadsden too at CKLV.
Indeed, it is.
Maybe it is just a decision.
I can't.
Warner's good this year too. I changed my mind. Decision
here.
Why can't I find Kenny Courts in the? Oh, there he is. I got his ass now. Oh, because he made it in the semis. I forgot. Oh, I was looking at the wrestlebacks. I couldn't find him in the beginning of the wrestlebacks. I forgot he made the semis.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, wow. Yes, and this is why Missouri lost this year. Oh, God, I hate my life. This should be 2015 Missouri. Jeez, and then James is the freaking Kyle in the semis. I'll tell you guys what. You know what? I went to St. Louis to watch Missouri win a national title this year, and I had stuff to do. And that semifinal round, I got effing depressed. I just drove home to Wisconsin afterwards.
Are you serious?
I was so serious. Yeah.
Wow. Because Waters lost to NATO.
Waters lost to NATO.
Jayden lost to Kyle.
Yes, and that was it. That was sealed the deal.
Yeah, that was tough. Is that the year? Sorry to bring up old stuff, and maybe is this the year? The one guy got kicked out for
Johnny Eblin headbutted someone because we were actually in third place, and I think he lost like 6 points or something like that, so that bumped us all the way down to fourth place.
Okay. We'll try not to reopen more wounds, but yeah, that was a very good Missouri team. So yeah, Kenny beats Nelson. Is that your determination there? Or you got Nelson?
No, I got Kenny Courts.
Yeah, Kenny. I think it's a match, and then I've got Snyder as a decision here.
I got Snyder as a decision.
And then I got Big Tone over Tavanello.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
You got it tied. You got it tied, Christian. Me and
CP.
JD both have Iowa winning. I see. I thought JD was the Iowa hater, but now it's Christian Pyle's the Iowa hater.
It's ever. Well, there's only one consistency. You love Iowa.
Iowa, let's go. Iowa, send me my shirt for next Tuesday when we do the next round of this.
So you guys have Iowa going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so it doesn't matter who I think wins.
I think I just picked Iowa 2 rounds in a row, didn't I? Where's the bracket? Where can I see the bracket? Because you guys aren't updating it in the doc, right?
Tyler's been updating it.
Okay, Tyler, let's put Iowa on there. 2015.
Oh,
Iowa.
we shifted around. Yeah.
Yeah, the original. 2021 Iowa, but you had Penn State written down there.
Yeah, but it's 2021 Iowa.
So we got a couple Iowa, Penn State. So we have Penn State, Ohio State, Penn State, Iowa, Penn State, Iowa.
All right, that's pretty good.
Let me tell you, there's a decent chance it's gonna be all 4 Penn States in the semi.
Well,
decent chance.
We'll see. We'll find out next Tuesday who the actual best teams are. This is the only way to know. That was fun. Good round.
That was fun. Yes.
Okay. Next up, I wonder if anyone will yell at us about these hypotheticals. It happens sometimes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely getting yelled at.
Okay. Let's go to questions. It's 9:30. Daggone. Double down.
No.
Okay. From Ryan Cleary, do you see Levi Haynes able to fill a spot at 57 for Penn State next year, or do you think he'll be too large? I don't know if he's a 57 long term, or even short term. I think he might be like a 60, 65. So I don't know that he's the solution for next year for Penn State. And, is he going to be someone that next year is able to come in as a true freshman and have high impact? That I'm not sure of. I think he is going to be a high impact wrestler for Penn State. But is he one of those year one ready to go at the gate guys? I'm not as sure.
Hard.
What do you have an opinion there, Ben?
I would have to watch him more, but being a non-redshirted freshman who does really well is very difficult. Very, very difficult.
True freshman Ben, do you place at the NCAA tournament?
I probably sneak in there like 5th through 8th.
Got it. One of those classic true freshmen, scary, gets on a run there kind of thing.
Yeah, because I would have lost a bunch of matches. I did, right? But obviously I would have had a different schedule. But I would have lost a bunch of matches in the beginning. I would have been getting. I said improved significantly. I mean, I didn't play. I was 1-2 at Midlands that year, right? I was not very good. But then second semester I started getting a lot better, and I ended up making round of 12 at the U.S. Open at 185. So I got significantly better over the course of the year.
Yes. Okay. Next question. If Zari and Yazdani step
hey, we have a real time. James Rowley committed to Wisconsin.
Yep. And I sort of
alluded.
That? Yeah. Well,
I thought that just happened.
It did, but it was kind of known. But that's why I sort of alluded to the cadet world team coaches,
because they're
Coach Reeder was on that team. That's what I was sort of alluding to earlier in the show. So that is now official. James Rowley to Wisconsin. Great get for Wisconsin. 74-84 probably for them.
Is Rowley a junior or senior?
Jermichael Dean. I think he's a senior.
Yes, he's a senior.
Got it.
Okay, if Zari and Yazdani stepped on the folk style mat to take on Cassiope and AJ, I guess Ferrari, respectively, at Battle at the Ballpark, does Iran go 2-0? I think obviously yes. But
come on, these guys are trying to get me fired up.
Go off, King.
Well, I mean, AJ Ferrari was an NCAA champion, but look at his results of the World Team Trials, and then look at what David Taylor does to everyone in the world. And Yazdani beat David Taylor. Like, the notion that this is going to be competitive is absurd. Zare, listen, Anthony Cassiope's good, but Zari just won a world title and beat Taha and
He's
Gino.
also talking about folk style.
He's talking about folk
I
style.
understand. They're just going to take these dudes down a whole bunch.
So,
but if you pick top,
our guy, Israel Thomas, says they get turned like a top on the mat or stalled out.
I mean, Yazdani is not getting stalled out. Yazdani's choosing neutral. He may get ridden, but Ferrari's not a turner. You might actually be able to argument with Cassiope, but Zari doesn't gas either.
I think both Iranians win in a folk style match with 2 weeks of preparation.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about. I mean, Zari is the best in the world right now.
Best in the world,
and I just think he's going to be able to move Big Tone all around, just like he moves everyone. Now, Big Tone is. I mean, he's shown his mettle in freestyle. He beat Don Bradley. He's a good positional wrestler, but Zari's just a different sort of beast altogether. We got to see him versus Gable.
They're the best in the world, guys. I mean, there's just a different level there.
And also, Cassiope and Ferraris they're not super duper mat wrestlers either. Big Tone will ride a guy out. He'll give Kirk Fleet the tummy time, but he's not gonna. He didn't turn him over, right? And AJ, AJ's more or less, he's really good on his feet, and he can selectively ride, but it's not really his skill set. Yazdani versus these guys. Okay. Well, I thought it was an interesting question,
Okay, fair enough.
People are curious. From Lil Spidey Boy, how is Kyle Snyder's legacy viewed differently if he retires after 2017 Worlds with a win over Sedgelayev? Is he regarded as the best of all time USA, but maybe not greatest? I don't know what that means, but I don't know if it's viewed much differently.
By the way, he means best of all time. Like, greatest is basically straight up credentials. Best of all time is like
opinion.
Who is their wrestling their best at their peak?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think it's a question mark. I think that because Kyle's 22 at that time. I think it's a big question mark. Like, how would this story have? So let's say he goes into mixed martial arts in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a big question mark. Like, would he have won 9 in a row? Would Sedgelayev
he might go down
beat
as
him
the boat?
Next time?
I mean, he won in 2015, 16, 17, and beat Sedgelayev. Would go on to dominate his way to however many golds.
He just keeps that win forever.
Exactly, without any losses.
Yeah. Well,
I think it's
I meant Sedgelayev.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's one of those that you would be left wondering and wanting to see it. Just because you saw it one time doesn't mean that's the final result. I mean, look at Yazdani. David beat him 3 times, and now Yazdani got a win. So, it would be very speculative. But obviously, even and it's amazing because even just in 2017, if we stop there, Kyle's resume is up there with the top Americans ever at age 20, 22, whatever.
Yeah, I think his legacy is viewed slightly differently. I think it's enters that kind of what if category. Like, what if he kept going? Would he? But I don't think we would put him in the best of all time, even with 3, as great as it was.
I would.
Really,
2 world and an Olympic, plus a win over Sedgelayev, who would go on to be considered internationally one of the best of all time, and no losses to them. Like, we would definitely talk about Sedgelayev as somebody who, wrestling at their peak, was the best. Look at Kale. Kale has 1 Olympic gold, and we talk about him. I know, not exactly in the same level as like his college career.
I don't think we
but
put Kale on that level. I don't think we do, because he stopped so early.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people still talk about Kale wrestling at his best was one of the best.
Yeah, I kind of do to a degree. But
I don't think we do. I think when we're having these discussions, I don't think a lot of people actually bring up Kale. I mean, maybe when you're talking about coaching or folk style credentials, you do. But when you're talking about freestyle credentials, because look how many guys we have on the team now that have better credentials. I mean, we have like 6 guys on the team right now that have better credentials than Kale freestyle wise.
Right.
That's why it's a different conversation. Greatest versus best.
Well, I think if we're talking exclusively freestyle, Kale gets bumped way down the list because he didn't compete. I don't think greatest and best. You guys can have your own definitions, and maybe we could say peak performance versus longevity. I think that might be a better descriptor. Greatest versus best to me gets kind of confusing. When we're talking about a singular peak, like best at that moment, however they're wrestling, versus a longevity standpoint. I realize those are 2 different things, but greatest and best, I think the dictionary definitions are kind of the same thing.
Well, yeah, if you're going by the dictionary definition, but that's basically what this is, what the greatest versus best argument is.
Got it.
Okay, so another feather in Snyder's cap is that he beat the Olympic champion to make the team.
Yes.
And he beat him the year before that as well.
Yeah, a feather out of his cap would be that he did lose a few times in both 16 and 17 to other people.
Yes, he did.
So that would be a feather out of his cap.
He also wouldn't have the 2019 loss at Worlds to Shrifov. He would literally only have gold at Worlds and Olympics.
For 3.
Yes, he would have gone 3 for 3.
But John went 6 for 6.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying Snyder's career definitely gets viewed differently if he sails off into the sunset.
Also, Jordan won his first 3 as well.
Yes.
Yeah, he wouldn't be above them. But I'm saying he would definitely be viewed differently.
Yeah.
And it sucks for him because if it weren't for Sedgelayev, he would obviously have 2 more titles. But so it's like, and Touch Live is one of the best, if not will go down as the best of all time. So it's like any other era, weight, whatever, Kyle basically gets an extra 2 titles, and we do view him different.
Yeah. True. Interesting question. We sort of talked about this from Ohio Jaguar. How do we expect KJ to affect recruiting at Michigan? Positively. I think he will help their recruiting. I think kids like Kevin Jackson a lot. That's helpful. And that he knows he has a lot of inroads with a lot of kids from all around the country. It's gonna be helpful for his cause there.
Great.
I think that's probably it. I think that's it for the day. We figured out who we set the quarterfinal round for our bracket, which we'll solidify that next week. The best teams.
You guys got big weekend plans or what?
Dude, tomorrow I'm going to game 1 of the American League Championship Series in Houston. You don't watch baseball, Ben? The Brewers did not make that, nor did they make the American League. They are in a different league, but
they used to be American League.
Yeah, I know. It's confusing to me because the Astros were a National League team, and they've probably been AL for a while now, but I didn't really follow baseball until my son became super obsessed with it. And now,
got it.
Now this is my life. I go to baseball games. now I like baseball again. So it's been great. So that's my big plans, and then obviously weekend stuff, wrestling, baseball, church. How about you?
There we go. Probably just a bunch of wrestling. I don't think I'll do much else.
Okay, buddy. Who knows?
Super 32.
JD probably can't tell us what he's doing. I follow him on. I can barely follow him on Instagram. He's too wild for me. He's a wild card.
Probably eat some tacos. That's about it.
Yeah. Okay. He's probably going to. Yeah. Who knows what he's doing? He's seeing music. I guarantee he's seeing music. The music's playing now. He's not going to see this band, whoever they are. Thank you for their song, but I don't think they're playing in Austin anytime soon. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next Tuesday. Hope you have a great weekend. Ben Askren, JD Raider, Christian Piles. We'll see you later. Thank you.